DMVR Advanced Rulings. It's in partnership with Doge, so I figured it's related enough. I'm totally not desperate for
Welcome
filler
everyone
material.
to the advanced class of virtual Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling.
Kidding,
In this
mostly.
course, we will be going over lessons for the more advanced rulings that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to offer.
It's good to know
I
this
am
sort of
Rose,
stuff.
not
At
that
least
one,
source
and I am the principal of the
original
DMVR Duel
material.
Academy. With all that
Oh,
out of the way,
you know, those
let's
playing
begin.
DMVR should
Why
know
aren't you
these
here?
rules.
Weren't you supposed to be in VR?
I didn't have to be. Rose didn't say that I had to be in VR.
But Tempest,
Loopholes.
Dude, I'm just
that
trying
was
to
the
do
plan.
something nice for everyone. Can't you just...
But
You're
Tempest,
talking too much. This video starts now.
So the first card we'll be going over is the most notorious card in DMVR, Pacifist the Phantasm City. So let's see in this example
the field
what Cross
spell.
Darkness and Chessburger get themselves into regarding the card.
I like them in a field spell. Pacifist, the Phantasm City. Chessburger, any response?
I got no responses to your field spell, so it resolves.
I'll switch my effect Veiler to defense.
Why?
Duel. I'll activate my Mystical Space Typhoon, which is a quick-based spell that lets me destroy a spell tracker on the field, so I'll target your Physicist, the Phantasm City.
I'll chain my Pacifist, the Phantasm City,
What?
to a mystical space typhoon.
No, you cannot, Mr. Cross. You can't activate your field spell.
Trying some of the token.
Yes, I can.
Literally, no, you cannot.
Yes, I can. It says activate
Oh
on
my god.
when a card is
Damn
activated.
duelists. They'll learn.
Bro, read the card. Read the card.
Yeah, this could be a real
We do
nightmare.
not pay these two enough to have a mock argument for these kinds of videos.
They were
I'm not
having
the
it
one that does
genuinely.
Do better, you two.
All jokes aside, this is one of the more complicated rulings in the game, so I wouldn't blame anyone finding themselves in this position. The ruling being disputed here is the second effect of Pacifist, the Phantasm City, which reads, if your opponent activates a card or effect except during the damage step and you control no tokens, you can special summon one Phantasm's Bio token. Cross is claiming here that by Chess activating Mystical Space Typhoon, he can chain this effect before it gets destroyed. Unfortunately for him though, this effect of Pacifist is a trigger effect, and when a card has an effect that triggers when a card or effect is activated, it must activate on a separate chain and can only directly chain to a card or effect if it is a quick effect.
I see.
So in this situation, Cross will not be allowed to chain to Mystical Space Typhoon, and Pacifist will be destroyed before he has a chance to summon a token.
I see. Well, that's an interesting
Now that
ruling.
we
It's
know
good to
this
know about
ruling,
because I can see the
let's
easy
see how the
confusion.
situation plays out.
Alright,
We had
so
to fast
Mr.
forward about
Cross
50 minutes
Darkness,
of arguing,
the reason
but-
you can't use your field spell's effect here is because the effect has to resolve in a separate chain after the game knows that a card effect has actually been activated. It can't activate right away, and because your field spell will be gone by the time it tries to activate, you simply just cannot activate in this situation.
Are you kidding me?
Some of
Okay,
this
yeah,
might be a
that's-
little
that-
no
that's fine,
duh,
it
but you
resolves.
know, Yu-Gi-Oh is very
Well, it looks
stupid
like
with
they
its
were able to
rulings
resolve this on their own.
sometimes.
Let's move on to the next card. The second ruling we'll be going over involves the field spell Giant Ballpark.
Alright. I'll switch
Thank
my
goodness this is a
Queen's Light
Yu-Gi-Oh lobby and not a
to
Call of
attack
Duty
mode.
lobby, because just imagine how much we'd
I'll
be
enter the
arguing.
battle phase.
Just imagine
I
that
have
kind of
my Queen's
arguing over
Knight.
these
Declare an
rulings.
attack on your Goki ball. Defeat him, my queen.
I'm gonna activate my field spell, my Giant Ballparks effect. Well, since I'm about to take some damage, I can make it so I don't take that damage, and instead I get to send level 4 lower insect from my deck to my graveyard.
Okay.
I'll activate my hand trap. Ash Blossom and Joyous
Wait,
Spring.
but it's the
in
damage
response to you. Since you're trying to send a card from the deck to the graveyard, I can discard her to negate the effect.
Oh, what an amateur. Clearly you don't know what phase of the turn we are in currently, don't you?
What do you mean? I can still negate it with Ash Blossom, right?
No.
What do you mean I can't?
It's literally your damage calculation. You can't negate this.
But you're trying to send a card from the deck to the graveyard. I can negate
Doesn't
Ash.
matter, we're in damage calculation.
You did.
What do you mean Ash Blossom can't negate? It literally says negate the effect.
Blossom cannot negate Giant Ballpark at this
A
moment.
lot of things can't
Of course
activate
it
during the
can. You're trying
damage
to send a card from the deck to the
calculation.
graveyard. Ash Blossom
Your
says negate
own
the
card.
effect.
Don't worry, Cross. I also love the damage step. So Giant Ballpark's a
Damage
very
step was a
fun
mistake.
card, which
What the-
reads the following. During damage calculation, if a player would take battle damage, you can make neither player take any battle damage from that battle, and if you do,
The
then
damage step
four
is
or
one of the
lower
most
insect monster
biggest
from your
mistakes
deck
in
graveyard.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Then, if you
It's
send a normal monster to
so
play,
needlessly
you can special summon any number
complex.
of monsters with the same name as
I
that
think the
monster
damage
from
step
your
has
hand
like
deck
17
or
steps
graveyard.
inside
This
that
Blossom
one
Enjoy's
step.
Ring reads the following.
Someone did the math, I think.
If your opponent activates a card or effect that involves one of the effects below, you can discard this card and negate that effect. Add a card from your deck to your hand, special summon a card from the deck to the field, and sending a card from the deck to the graveyard. Giant Ballpark fits 2 of these conditions,
Oh.
so normally Ash Blossom would be able to negate Giant Ballpark.
Let me guess, it's the third one about negating damage.
Giant
So it's-
Ballpark activates during damage calculation, a substep of the damage step in the battle phase. And in the damage step, very few cards can actually be activated.
Unless they say they can be
These
activated.
include
I imagine.
cards that negate the activation of a card, cards that modulate
Counteract.
stats, and cards that specifically state which part of the damage step they can be activated in, such as Giant Ballpark. In this situation, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring negates the effect of the card, not the activation. So Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring cannot activate in the damage step,
Ha!
meaning that Chessburger will be allowed to resolve Giant
Take
Ballpark.
that, you forehead
Now
feet
that we know
fetish.
this ruling, let's see how this plays out.
Alrighty, so the reason you cannot activate Ash Blossom in response to Giant Ballpark spec is because we're currently in the damage step where only a small pool of cards can be activated. One of the more important ones you need to know is that cards had specifically say they negate the activation and not the effect. Ash Blossom says negate that effect. Something like Barone de Fleur says negate the activation. Barone would be able to activate the damage step here in response to Giant Ballpark. But Ash
Remember,
cannot
this is all
because
made
Ash
for
says
children
negate
6
that
and up.
effect, not the activation.
At least in America.
That's the
Here in
difference
Japan, it's
here
like
that
12
makes
and
a
up, which is
huge
where it
difference
should
in this
be.
ruling.
But you know,
Oh
then we
my
can't
God,
get the
yeah,
kids'
okay,
money.
I understand now.
Or the kids' parents' money, I
Alright,
should
that
say.
resolves.
Chessburger is once again able to diffuse the situation on his own. Now let's move on to the third card. The last card that we will be going over today is a DMVR exclusive card,
that Great
Dimension Equilibrium.
What?
Is it Dimension or Dimensional? Hold on. Dimension...
Oh, pfft. It was in like an episode of 5Ds.
Okay, yeah, it is Dimension Equilibrium. I did get that right.
I'll have
That's
my
okay.
great Jack's Knight. Attack your Angus.
It is Great Angus.
No,
The animation
not
of the cards have
beef,
gotten better
beef thing, but
when they
beef.
show up.
Alright, main phase 2.
Well, you may defeat the beef, but he won't be gone for long. I'll activate my trap card, Dimension Equilibrium. Since you defeat the Great Angus in battle, I'm allowed to banish the monster that beat him in battle, as well as bring him back to the field, and then the battle phase is forcibly ended after that.
Since you're trying to bring back the Great Angus, I'll activate the DD Crow in my hand to try to banish the Great Angus.
Let me guess,
Oh my
because the
God.
battle phase has already been
There's
ended.
literally a reason
can't
I'm
use
a
Crow.
judge and you're not Cross, because you don't know anything.
I
Okay,
feel like this
chill
was
there,
actually
man.
a petty
You don't
fight
even
that
get
got
to resolve
filmed
the effects
between the
until
two
the
when
Crow
they were
banishes the
dueling.
Great
And they
Angus.
just thought,
Oh
wait,
my
we can actually
God,
do
Cross.
something with this.
How many times do I have to tell you how to play the fucking game, you numbskull? How many fucking times
So
do I have
don't
to
make
tell
a
you
drinking
this?
game
Damn
out of a
it.
My
tribute
guy-
counter.
Read your card. You're trying to summon a monster from the graveyard. I'm trying to banish that monster. It's not that hard to
You don't-
understand.
Giddy
You
Crow
don't-
spreads
no, no,
every
no, no,
board
no.
and will have a robot eye.
No, that's not the
Go
problem.
Well, at least I forgot I had a
That's
robot
what
eye.
I'm trying to
It's insane.
activate.
Well, they're trying a little bit harder to insult each other. You know, just what I was looking for. God, I need to pay these two more.
Wait, we get paid?
Nah, fuck them. Dimension Equilibrium is a
Look,
normal trap
you-
card that reads
next...
activate only if
it's
a
either
monster
this
control is
or
destroyed
Call of
by
Duty
battle and
Lobby.
sent to
I
the
don't think you
graveyard.
want any racial
Banish the
slurs
monster
and
destroyed by battle and special
blank my
summon the monster
blank.
destroyed by that battle from the graveyard. Then end the battle phase. This card has the and conjuncture,
Oh,
meaning that the banish and the special summon must both happen
At the
otherwise
same
neither
time.
Can happen. Cross, knowing that this is the case, is trying to activate DD Crow, targeting the
it does have a robot eye.
what is the name of this card that got destroyed?
Great Angus.
It's Great Angus. Is that what this is? Yeah, it's Great Angus. Oh, okay. Preventing the special summon and protecting his monster from being banished. Unfortunately for Cross, this is happening at the end of the damage step. A step in the damage step that's, well, still in the damage
as
step.
we went
And
over.
with what we went
Yeah,
over
the
with
end of
Giant
damage step
Ballpark
is still the
last
damage
time,
step, like how the
very
end
few
fate,
cards can
even though you
activate
ended your
in the
turn, you
damage
can still
step,
use card
even if it's
effects,
at the
which
end
is
of the
like,
damage
but you
step.
ended your
The
turn,
TD
yeah,
Crow
but my
does
turn's
not
not
fit
over.
any
What?
of the criteria of what you can activate in the damage step, so in this case, Dimension Equilibrium will be allowed to resolve, Chessburger will get Great Angus, and Jack's Knight will be banished. Okay, let's see how this last situation plays out.
Oh boy, so this one is pretty similar to the last one, where we're technically still in the damage step, even if it doesn't seem like we are. So because of that, DD Crow does not fall into the category of cards you can activate, just because it's just a regular quick effect and has nothing special to it.
Named. First fucking my Pacivus, then my fucking Ash Blossom, then my DD Crow. Man,
I'm just a
fuck this
bad guy
game.
today. Fuck this game.
I'm
gonna
going back to Pokemon.
I was gonna say
Hopefully,
Vanguard, but
whenever
that
you
works
hop on
too.
DMVR, you'll be prepared to inform people of these rulings should they arise. But most importantly, the absolute most important thing you need to know is discard the Dark Worlds for cost. They will trigger, I promise.
Oh.
That's what I thought. I swear to Christ, if people are gonna bring that shit up to me again, I'm gonna start blasting.
Does it really work though?
Do you want a bullet too?
Now hold on a second. I didn't ask for this.
Well, you better.
Dark Worlds are fine as long as you get the rulings right. Just to, like they can have a bit of a ruling nightmare, but overall they're fine. They're cool. Unless you're screwing me over, in which case they're the worst archetype ever made. But I think we could all have that one thing where it's just like, you're beating me, F you and your entire deck. But anyway, yeah, these are important rulings that need to be learned, and this game is sometimes needlessly complex, and the damage step was a mistake is the main takeaway of this, because of so many rulings and stuff. It's amazing how just a freaking semicolon can do that. It's like that old joke would be like, let's eat grandma, semicolon, save lives, sorts of things. It's like, yeah, that could be life or death in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can decide whether a card is broken or not. It could be broken or arse, depending. But it's good to get the rulings down and have that all figured out. So it's an important video, very educational and well made, and I like the editing and stuff like that, and good on all the people involved, including the narrator, the people who helped with the the dueling scenarios and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I kind of wish they had gone over some more situations, but I go over the ones that are annoying and have the most questions about them. Like freaking Guardian Kite. Or Guardian Slime, whatever the frick the card is, it has like a specific Book of Moon ruling and all that jazz, You gotta make sure you get the big ones out of the way, rather than just like your usual, like, what does terraforming do? Can I MST terraforming to negate? Stuff like that, So yeah, clear up the big ones that have the most problems, and maybe there'll be a part 2 in future if, if there's more questions that need answered, because some people would rather watch a video than read a freaking thing. Instead of we just like read a small book for a book report? Nah. Watch a 5-hour video documentary about things in the book? Absolutely. Humans are weird. But anyway, yeah. Good video. Glad I watched it. Very informative. And I'll see you all next time. Later.